In other news, political parties have been urged to take advantage of the newly amended Political Parties Act to realize the elusive inclusion aspect in political positions. Registrar of Political Parties Anne Nderitu says political parties must deliberately involve special interest groups in elective and nomination posts to receive 15% of the political parties fund. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) has meanwhile said guidelines to ensure political parties realize the inclusion aspect are ready, and the Commission will be engaging parties on its implementation. Kamcha Menza has that report.
Political parties will now have to go out of their way to bring on board special interest groups as stipulated in the law.
Look at the different structures of the society in terms of the ones that are marginalized so that they come on board. And it must be affirmative action, which is a deliberate effort to do that on the part of the party. And I know they are committed to do that.
With about 160 days until the general elections, a multi-agency team and political parties convened a consultative meeting to deliberate on how to promote meaningful and greater participation of special interest groups ahead of the August 9th general elections.
It is upon you political parties to ensure that actually you provide the environment, a safe environment in which there is strong participation of people with special interests.
This will solve a problem, particularly at the local level, where we have to add and add until we get to the 2/3. So if we get the right proportion from the elections, then we don't have to nominate.
We will consider setting aside a proportion of nominations for all elective positions to women candidates in every county. We therefore ask women, youth, and persons with disability to present their candidature for competitive elections.
National Gender and Equality Commission has come out to declare that it will fight any form of discrimination in the political party nominations.
As we move to August 9th general elections, and also to the party primaries and the whole process, I want to assure you that the National Gender and Equality Commission will monitor each and every process. And this is not a threat. I usually say I'm a perennial petitioner. There are those things that we shall find that will require us to go to court.
According to IEBC, bottlenecks and legislative hurdles still exist in realizing the inclusion aspect.
We recall the introduction of legislation to ensure that special interest groups are represented in decision-making bodies of political parties. We may want to ask ourselves if this has had an effect on giving women a face or a platform within the political parties.
The Commission, however, says guidelines to ensure political parties realize the inclusion aspect is ready and will be engaging the parties on how to implement it. Kamche Menza for Prime Edition.